When I was 20 years old, my good friend Siggy from school died in a plane crash. He was flying the plane himself. I first met him when we were 16 years old, starting a new school. Siggy and his friend Andre were buddies from another part of town, and they started at the same school as me and my two friends Gun and Jonas. The five of us bonded fairly quickly and formed a close-knit friend group in the next years at school. We were always together and did a lot of crazy shit together too. Among the things we did was to try out cars to drive, but the problem was that we were only 16 years of age and you could not get your driver's license until you were 17 years old. Well, we didn't let a small problem like that stop us at all. What we did was go every Friday afternoon to test drive old BMW cars from several car dealerships close to our school, of which there were many, and say that we were thinking of a purchase. Took turns and did this all winter. One time we took a car to a mall and Siggy drove the car so fast that from the second floor of the parking lot and onto the third floor, that the car flew in the air, with all five of us in the car. It felt like a cop movie in San Francisco, and it was awesome. Well, we all had a lot of fun at school, like drinking and dancing with the girls. However, after the second year, Siggy did not do so well in school anymore. His father company had gone bankrupt and Siggy lost his footing. He could not pass the exams at the end of the second year and dropped out of school. We all kept in touch a little bit after that, and Siggy got a job at a lumber sales company. We met up from time to time. When we were 20 years old and had finished school in Iceland, Siggy and two of our friends Andre and Jonas went to a music festival in the country at Thorsmark. Siggy had an amateur pilot license at this time, and he flew my friends from the capital and to Thorsmark in the afternoon. I did not go with them because I was working that weekend in the capital. The next morning the news said that a private plane was missing and had not returned back from the day before. I thought nothing of it. Later my good friend Gunnar called me on the phone and was thinking that it might be Siggy, but I thought not. Later in the day it was confirmed that it was Siggy's plane. I still thought that Siggy would just have landed in Sohn farm field and that he was fine, because he was always lucky with girls and danger. The day after that, his plane was still missing and still no word from Siggy. I was now getting concerned and hoped that he would get off his ass and get in touch with his parents and others. The news radio announced later that day that a plane had been found crashed into the volcano Hekla. This was far away from the fly route to and from Thorsmark. I did not know what to think at this point, and I drove to his girlfriend's house to find out. Her parents opened the door and I asked them right away if it was Siggy's plane that was found crashed. They said yes. Then Siggy's girlfriend came down and I got to talk to her a little bit. There was nothing to say really and we were both in shock still, so I hugged her and left. Siggy had evidently drifted way of course to the north and crashed into the high hills of Mount Hekla in a big petrol explosion, and he died right away. No one knows how this could have happened. Mistake or suicide, we still don't know. I wrote in the morning paper about him the day he was buried. I and all our friends were asked to carry his coffin to and from the church and lower him into the grave, which we all accepted of course. It was a strange thing being just 20 years old and lowering my friend into the ground. I visit his grave sometimes. Life is not fair.